When you arrive in Kinnick Stadium, you know what's in store. Hard nose, toughness, defense, and you better bring your hat and be ready to strike somebody when you come into this black and gold cauldron to take on the Hawkeyes. And the Hawkeyes will kick it away to start us off. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So Ohio State's offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all done.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
He'll pull it on the read. Got the first down and more. It's loose. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
And I absolutely love the option, but this is part of it, right? The quarterback has to make a lot of reads really quickly and then carry the football and take care of that thing. So I think, you know, the fumble was caused there. We don't know why, but this is part of the option risk you run by running.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. They're working that left side. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So for the offense, you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. To the air, it's Beebe. Got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Hawkeye!
What a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting into rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll try the run. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. The quick out. Nice job to get him past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Quickly to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This offense has a 2nd down play. He'll keep it himself. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? A defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Got his man in the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. They'll leave it with him. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. He's got it. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. He'll do it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. He'll pull it on the read. It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Looking to move it through the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Beebe. The throw to the outside is complete. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Dennis. They get him down after he makes the catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 2nd down coming up. Back to the air one more time. Snags it over the middle. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Running back searching for a hole. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. The Hawkeyes want to pick up the tempo. Out of the gun. The running back has it. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. They'll send out the kicker here. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It is good! And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Virginia Tech delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Logan Thomas, Tyrod Taylor, and the great Michael Vick used to do it. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught on the outside. It's Toner. Offense gets set for second down.
No gain on the play. Second down.
He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. He'll keep it himself. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down. The give to the tailback. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Finds his target down the middle. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got it on the move. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. He's looking to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Back to throw, it's Beebe. Steps away. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. And the Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. He's looking for a man on second down. Got his man to the left. Tripped up for the tackle. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. The Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. Might as well give it to him again. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On second down, he'll let it fly. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. A 3rd and long coming up here. To the air, it's Beebe. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll put the tight end in motion. Leaves it with the back. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Floats it out in space. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Sends it downfield. Fires into traffic, picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Looking for a man. It's Beebe. They're trying to get to him. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2.
When I get inside the 3 on 1st and goal, I want to be aggressive with the run. I want to be a physical. I want to be the more dominant team. You might know it's coming, but I'm still going to bring it. They tried to go with the changeup. They tried to throw the football very unsuccessfully. Nice job by the defense being ready for everything, even though they're inside the 3-yard line.
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Trying play action. Tight end finds a soft spot. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Iowa! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Bringing it out. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
For the offense.
Off the play fake on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10.
First down for the offense.
Give to the running back. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Now on first down from the 40. From the gun, running back gets to give. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. He's looking to throw it. He's got his man. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He wants it all. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. The play-action fake. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect.
That makes the score Iowa 27, Ohio State 10.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Going up top on first down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. They'll run it to the right side.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
It's complete to the left. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. They'll immediately call timeout. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. He wants to throw. Looking to scramble. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. Got his man on the right. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. One of the best atmospheres in football, and we've got a fun one from Iowa City. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And the Hawkeyes want to move quickly. They go to the ground. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Still running at the 40. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right. Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there, make the tackle in the open field. Yeah, and they got to do... And the defense gets to the quarterback. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Dropping back, it's Beebe. Pressure coming. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, woof, that would be a fun day.
And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. The Hawkeyes will punt this one away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Quick release on the RPO. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. We've got pass interference, but this time it's on the offense. Off-play action on 1st down. Buys a little time. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, the problem with the play-action game is that it forces the QB to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer to allow some of these plays to develop. And, of course, that gives this defense longer to get after him.
So they'll try to get it going in the right direction this time. 2nd and long from the 19. The give from the gun. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Handoff from the gun. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. And the Hawkeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to throw, it's Beebe coming after him. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks, that's just ridiculous.
The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got great speed. He turns like that, or why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Now the play fake. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Snagged in the middle, it's Toner. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throws to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Oh, the attempt is no good. And after the miss, it still takes 3 possessions to catch it. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Wants to throw. It's Beebe. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quick strike complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Hawkeyes will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. He'll pull it on the read. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He's got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Buckeyes! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Southern Miss. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. On the move, he fires. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. The Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Oh, he makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. On the option. He'll toss it. Touchdown, Ohio State! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
27, Ohio State, 24.
He'll bring it out. It's Curry. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Rides to the back. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a fourth-quarter lead. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Curry. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
This is just so demoralizing. You want to talk about taking a game over. That's what this defense is doing right now. They are just winning in the trenches. They're easily the more athletic and more physical unit up front, dominating this O-line.
And the Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They'll throw it on first down. Now improvising. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
38, Iowa, 27.
And here's the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has the ball back on offense. The last last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. Looking for a man. It's Beebe. He's right on target. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Buckeyes. How about that D coming up with a play like that? They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Fielded in the end zone, it's Curry. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. To throw, it's Beebe. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Pocket starts to go. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the defense doing work. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Michigan came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact this wasn't ever really in question. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. He's going up top. It's complete. A huge pickup. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Beebe. He finds a soft spot in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the short completion, it's now 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw it again. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Hawkeye!
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And they did tack on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
From the 30-yard line on 1st down. Power football with the run. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They've dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the park each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.